The next sorting technique that we are going to understand is insertion sort. What is insertion sort? Insertion sort is a sorting algorithm that builds a sorted list one element at a time from the unsorted list by inserting the element at its correct position in sorted list. What it means? In the insertion sort algorithm, as the name implies, we are going to insert an element in an appropriate place. Let us understand insertion sort with the help of an example. We are going to arrange the list of numbers in ascending order using insertion sort algorithm. Now take a look at this. We are going to sort the list of elements 4, 3, 2, 10, 12, 1, 5, 6. Okay. We are going to sort the list of elements using insertion sort method. What is insertion sort? Inserting the element in the appropriate position. To do the insertion sort, we are going to have a sorted list and unsorted list. Initially, the first element of the list will be considered as a sorted list and the rest of the elements will be considered as a unsorted list. So here the first element is 4, which is a sorted element. Now I am going to take an element from the unsorted list and then I am going to check it with the sorted list. Now look at the value 3. So 3, is it in a correct position? No, it is not. We are going to arrange the numbers in a ascending order. So 3 should come as a first element. So here I am bringing 3 to the first position. So after inserting the element to the correct position, now the list is 3, 4. That is, the first 2 elements are sorted and the rest of the elements are unsorted. Now take the next element from unsorted list, which is 2. Now you have to compare it with the sorted list. So in the sorted list, where it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be in the first position. So inserting into the appropriate place. So after inserting the element into the appropriate place, the value will become 2, 3, 4. So now this is your sorted list and from 10 onwards this is a unsorted list. Now take the next element 10. So when you compare it with the previous element, it is already in a correct position. So we are not doing any change in the list. So here 2, 3, 4, 10, which is a sorted list. Now I am going to take the next element. When you take 12, again it is in an appropriate place. No need of any change. So I am not doing any changes here. Okay. So here 2, 3, 4, 10, 12, which is a sorted list. Okay. I am going to take the next element. Then what is the next element? The next element is 1. So 1, where it's supposed to be? It's supposed to be in the first position. When comparing it with the previous elements, you will be able to understand where it's supposed to be inserted. So it should be the first element. So I am inserting this into the first position. So after insertion of 1, now the list will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 and then 12. So till 12, this is your sorted list and the next element is 5. When you take 5, where I have to insert? Okay, so it should be inserted between 4 and 10. Okay, how you can do that? You can compare it with the previous element. Okay, so when you do the comparison with the previous element, this is greater than the 1 value and lesser than the I plus 1 value. Okay, so in that place you supposed to insert. So after inserting into the appropriate place, that is between 4 and 10, now the value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and then 12. Now take the next value, the last value 6, where it's supposed to be? It should be between 5 and 10. Okay, so this is what So we are inserting it into a appropriate place. After the insertion of the last element from the unsorted list, we are having the list of sorted value, sorted list. Okay, this is what insertion sort algorithm is. Now let us understand Python program for the insertion sort. So here list is initialized with the list of values and I am printing the original list. Okay, so this is the original list. So n is equal to length of list, so that will give you number of elements in the list for I in range of 1 comma n. So why am I writing for loop? Because I am going to repeat the number of iterations. Okay, whatever the number of elements that are present, okay, that many number of times I have to do the comparison, that is I have to do the insertion. So that is the reason why I am using a for loop and the range of 1 comma n. Why I am starting with the n? Because the 0th element, it will be by default considered as a sorted list. So I will be start taking the element from the first index. So that is the reason why the range function is given from 1 comma n. Okay, so and the key is equal to list of I. So key is a variable which is used to store the value from the unsorted array, and j is equal to I minus 1. Okay, so for example, why it is initialized to I minus 1? So if you take any value, so for example, if you take 6, okay, which is in the first position, I will be comparing with the previous value. When you take the value from 4th position, I will be comparing it with the 3rd, 2nd and 1st position. So you will be comparing it with the previous value. That is the reason why I am initializing j to I minus 1. Okay, and the condition is while j greater than or equal to 0. That is, so I have to do the comparison till 0th index. So that is the reason why j greater than or equal to 0 and key is less than list of j. Okay, whatever the value that you are having, if it is lesser than the previous value, then you have to go to the previous position. So and you have to repeat this task. That is the reason why you have given in a while loop. Okay, so here list of j plus 1 is equal to list of j, and then j is equal to j minus 1. Okay, so that is this particular statement, it is to find the appropriate place. So after finding the appropriate place, so you are inserting the value. After the insertion, so you are inserting the position, that is you are inserting the value in the appropriate place. Okay, that is what given in the else part. So you will understand better when we execute the program step by step. Now let us execute the program step by step. Okay, this is the program. So list is initialized, n is equal to length of list for I in range of 1 comma n, key is equal to list of I. Okay, so this is the Python program for insertion sort. Let us start the step by step execution. So the first step is n is equal to length of list. So how many elements are there? So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and then 7. There are 7 elements, so n is equal to 7. For I in range of 1 comma 7, that is 1 comma n, so n value is 7, so 1 comma 7. So when you give 1 comma 7, what are all the list of value generated? It is 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6. Okay, so the for loop will be executed 6 times. Okay, so now initially the I will take the value as 1. With the value of I is equal to 1, I am going to execute the list of statements. Now key is equal to list of I. What is I value? I value is 1. Okay, key is equal to list of 1. So what is the element that is present in first position, that is first index, which is 6. Okay, so now key takes the value 6. Now what is the next statement? J is equal to I minus 1. So I value is 1, 1 minus 1, which is 0. So now J value is 0. While j greater than or equal to 0. What is the value of j? J value is 0. So 0 greater than or equal to 0, is the condition satisfied? Yes. And 6 less than 15, that is key is less than list of j. What is the key value? Key value is 6. What is list of j? List of 0. What is list of 0? Which is 15. Is 6 is less than 15? Yes. So in that case, what am I doing? List of j plus 1. What is j value? 0. So list of 0 plus 1, which is list of 1, is equal to 15. Okay. So that is, I am moving the element from the 0th index to first index. That is, list of 1 is equal to 15. Now j is equal to j minus 1. What is the value of j? It is 0. So 0 minus 1, which is minus 1. Okay. So with this value, again I will go back to while loop. So when you go back to while loop, it is while minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. No, the condition not satisfied. And here we are having a AND operator. So in the AND operator, if the first value, that is first expression, is evaluated to false, then it will not go for, it will not evaluate the second expression at all. So here the condition not satisfied, so it will execute the statement in the else part. Okay, here I am normally exiting the loop, so the else part gets executed. So in the else part, what am I having? List of j plus 1. What is the value of j? It is minus 1. So minus 1 plus 1, it will become 0. So list of 0 is equal to 6. So what I have done, I am bringing the smallest element to the first position. That is, after this 6 and 15 is sorted. So in the second iteration, that is, I will take the value as 2. So with the I value 2, again I am repeating the set of statements. So key is equal to list of 2. What is list of 2? It is 13. So the key value is 13. J is equal to I minus 1. I value is 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. So j takes the value as 1. While 1 greater than or equal to 0, yes, the condition satisfied. And key less than list of j. What is the key value? 13. 13 less than list of 1. What is there in one position? It is 15. Okay. So you have to use the previous list, okay, not the original one. So after the first iteration, whatever the loop that we have, whatever the list that we have that is being generated, from that list you should do the comparison, right? Okay. So in the first position we are having 15. Is 13 is less than 15? Yes, it is. So it is list of j plus 1. What is the value of j? It is 1. So 1 plus 1, 2. So list of 2. I am moving 15 to the second position, that is second index. So list of 2 equal to 15 and j is equal to j minus 1. So 1 minus 1, it will become 0. So again I will go for the while loop again. While 0 greater than or equal to 0, yes it is, and 13 less than 6, is the condition satisfied? No, the condition not satisfied. When the condition not satisfied, the else part gets executed. So 13 will be inserted between 6 and 15. So after the insertion, that is in the second position I am having 15 and in the first position I am having 13 and 0th position I didn't alter at all. So it remains the same. So after the execution of the second iteration, so we are having, that is the elements in 0, first and second position, it is sorted. That is 6, 13 and then 15. Now what I have to do? So I have to repeat the whole task once again with the value of I is equal to 3 and I have to insert it in the appropriate position with the I value 4. So I will be inserting. So I have to repeat the complete task once again with the, for the values of I 4, 5 and then 6. That is for all the values of I, we will be repeating the task. So at the end of this you will be having the sorted list. Right? Okay. So this is how your insertion sort works. Now let us understand bubble sort program by executing the set of statements step by step. We are going to execute these statements step by step. Okay, so the set of statements are n is equal to length of list for I in range of n, for j in range of 0 comma n minus I minus 1. If list of j is greater than j plus 1, then swap the value. So we are going to execute these set of statements step by step. Okay, so first step is n is equal to length of list. How many number of elements in that list? So we have 5 elements, so n takes the value 5 for I in range of 5. So range of 5, that will give you the value 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. So the set of statements, okay, that will be repeated 5 times, right? Okay, so I can take the value 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. So 5 times the set of statements will be executed with the value of I 0. So we are going to execute the inner loop. So what is the inner loop? For j in range of 0 comma 5 minus I minus 1. So what is I value? I value is 0. So it is 5 minus 0 minus 1. So the value is 0 comma 4. So 0 comma 4 means what are the list of values generated? It is 0, 1, 2, 3. So the set of statements that will be executed is 4 times. So now j will take the value 0. So with the value of 0, so I am going to execute the remaining statements. So with the value 0, let us execute if list of j is greater than j plus 1. What is the j value? J value is 0. So list of 0 is greater than list of j plus 1. So 0 plus 1, it is 1. So list of 0 is greater than list of 1. What are the values in 0 and first position? So in 0th position we had 6 and in first position we had 4. If 6 is greater than 4, yes, condition satisfied. The condition satisfied, so we have to swap. So that means, so list of 0 comma list of 1 is equal to, so we are having 4 and 6. We are swapping the value. Earlier it was 6 comma 4, now it is 4 comma 6. Now the list of value is 4 comma 6 comma 1 comma 2 comma 5. Next I am going to execute the statement with j value 1. So if list of 1 is greater than list of 2, what is there in list of 1? We are having the value 6. Right? Okay, so we have to take the value from the revised list. Okay, so if 6 is greater than 1, so again I am swapping the value. It is 4, 1, 6. Right? So with the value of j 2, list of 2 is greater than list of 3. What are the values? Is 6 is greater than 2? Yes, condition satisfied. So again I am doing the swapping. Now the list is 4, 1, 2, 6, 5. So here j value is 3. So if list of 3 is greater than 4, 6 is greater than 5, yes, condition satisfied. Again I am doing the swapping. Now the list of value is 4, 1, 2, 5, 6. That is at the end of first iteration, this is my list of value. Right? So now I am going to execute the set of statements with the I value 1. We have already executed the set of statements with I value 0. Now I will take the value as 1 and I have to repeat the same process. Okay, so look at this for j in range of 0 comma 5 minus I minus 1. What is the value of I now? It is 1. So 5 minus 1 minus 1. What is it? It is range of 0 comma 3. So range of 0 comma 3, that will give you the value 0 comma 1 comma 2. So the set of statements will be executed 3 times. So in the earlier loop, okay, there were 5 unsorted values. So we had 4 comparisons. That is, j value generated is 4. So here in the second iteration, the j value is 0 comma 1 comma 2, only 3 values. So there are only 4 unsorted elements. 6 is already in a sorted position. So remaining set of values are compared, that is remaining 4 elements to be compared, only 3 comparisons are enough. So here I am reducing the comparison by 1, that is only 3 comparison. I am repeating the same task once again. At the end of the second iteration we have two values sorted. So in the third iteration the values generated are 0 comma y 1 0 comma 1. The list of values unsorted value is only 3, so only 2 comparison is enough. Okay, so this is how we are reducing the number of comparison. I didn't write for I value 3 and 4. You just try by yourself. However, this is already in a sorted order. Okay, so this is how your bubble sort algorithm works. Children, now we have studied two sorting techniques, bubble sort and insertion sort, and we have also studied Python program for the same. Please listen to it carefully. If you are not able to understand anything, please listen to the video once again. Especially the step-by-step execution, please do it manually on your own. Only then you will be able to understand how the Python program has been written to implement the particular logic. Okay, keep learning, dear.